Andrew, the club's best start since 2005. Must be a better feeling around the club than in recent years?
Yeah, much better. I don't think we're playing great footy at the moment, but we're getting wins, which we probably have battled in the past couple of years to be able to do that when we're not at our best. So from that point of view, it's been pleasing.
A big focus during the pre-season on making a fast start to the year. What did you do differently?
I suppose we probably just tinkered with the lead up to the NAB Challenge. We probably played a couple more pracky matches and just, I suppose, gave the boys more experience of what it's going to be like round one rather than having a couple of trots and then straight into it. So I think the boys are pretty well adjusted to the pressure and intensity that round one usually comes with.
2 wins, but you sound like you think there's still room for improvement from the boys?
Yeah, plenty of room for improvement. Our ball movement probably hasn't been great. The way we use the footy, I think our defending has been better. I think we've got a pretty good balance there. Can always improve, but I think there's plenty of room for improvement with the way we move the footy.
Queensland hasn't always been a happy hunting ground for the club, but I'm imagining in that heat with that away game must be good signs for North that you can go and get some of these wins that perhaps have escaped you in past seasons.
Yeah, we won up there last year for Boomer's 400s, but before then, I can't remember the last time we had a win up there. So it's always tough, no matter where Brisbane is sitting. Always hard to go up there. It was 30 degrees up there. Probably helped that it was round 2 rather than the middle of the year. So we're sort of still just out of pre-season here, which has been pretty warm. But it was pleasing. Get up there, get the win, do the job, and now we get refocused again.
You had an injury-interrupted pre-season yourself. How's the body felt over the first 2 rounds?
I feel like the body's getting better. Probably battled through the NAB Challenge, and I played all 3 games just because I needed the match fitness. So that was good to get through that. But it sort of feels like it's starting to turn the corner. I'm starting to move a bit more freely out there, in a lot less pain. So that sort of just makes it a bit easier.
Tell us about your own role. Back in, I think, 2011, 2012, you're a pretty prolific possession winner. You're still winning your share of the ball by all means at the moment, but has your role changed at all?
I suppose we probably just got a lot more guys in there who can actually go in and do it. So we've been talking a lot about having flexibility within our midfield group, and guys been able to play a number of different roles. I found myself out in the wing at times. Probably going to go playing half forward. So I suppose that probably the difference between a couple of years ago to now is we've got enough guys that can go through there and win the footy. Having Daniel Wells come back, he's looked great in the first couple of weeks. Jack Zeebel's been fantastic. Ben Cunnington had an outstanding round 1. So we just had a number of guys who've been able to share the roles.
You mentioned Daniel Wells, obviously a massive addition back into the team. Did you think he'd come back in the form that he has?
I think he's, when a couple of years ago he had an injury-interrupted season, came back for the finals and, barely played footy and was probably best on ground in Sesson at the G. So we know he had it in him, and, he put together a pretty good pre-season, so he's reaping the benefits of that, and touch wood, we can keep him injury-free, and, he's going to be a really valuable player.
Only 2 rounds into it, but how have you found the reduction in interchange rotation so far?
Yeah, it's been tough. Probably a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely taking a much bigger toll on the players. We're probably doing less work early in the week than what we have been in previous years. I think it's probably going to take another month for everyone to get used to the way the game's been played and for your bodies to adapt and cope with that load.
Luke McDonald re-signed yesterday. He's made a good start to the season after, I suppose, an up and down year for him last year. Has he come back with a sort of a different attitude this year?
Yeah, I think he has. He was probably disappointed not to play much footy in his second year, as he played pretty much the whole of his first year. So he's come back with, I suppose, a renewed hunger. He's a pretty important player within our group. Got some real leadership qualities about him. He provides great voice, and he's extremely courageous. So we can get him playing well, just get him settled down the back line. He's going to be a player that can be there for the next 10-15 years.
And Taylor Garner re-signed recently as well. It really seems to be good signs for the club that their youngsters are sort of starting to come through now.
Yeah, it is. Everyone has been talking about in the pre-season the amount of guys that we've got over 30, but forget that I suppose the core of our group is still relatively young, and we've still got plenty of good young players, pushing through. You've still got Trent Dumont, who's not playing at the moment in the twos, and all our first year players have been outstanding. Probably Ryan Clark, the standout of the guys who will probably be next off the rank. So. Great to see some faith put in the club by the young guys, and good signs for the supporters.